yes, I finally did it. I was planning on coming out to my sister for the past year. I think since I had a video up, it's been like a year. That's how long I've been thinking about it and planning it. And I, I mean, I always wanted to do it. Like some of the times I just chickened out since I don't know, I was scared of how she was going to react, and some of the times I wanted to do it, but I didn't get a chance to talk to her alone since she's always with her husband and everything. So this past weekend it was my niece's birthday, and me and her went to get her a present. And when we were in the car, I was talking about my movie and how it was approved for production the past week, and I was really happy about it and all that stuff. And she asked what it was about. So I told her it was LGBTQ related. I told her it was about the Bernard murder and everything. And then she was like, "Oh, it's funny how you are so involved in the community even though you're not a part of it." And I was like, "Yeah." I just like paused for a second, and I thought like, okay, I was going to tell her that weekend anyway, since I know it was a really good opportunity to talk to her alone. But when I went into the car, I didn't think this was the exact time where it's going to happen. Like I thought I was going to sit her down when we were at home alone, and I had a letter and everything. But then she asked me, then I was like, okay, this is an opportunity, jump on it. So I got all quiet, and I was like, uh-huh. And she was looking at me like, or are you? Like, do you want anything do you have anything you want to tell me? And I was like, yeah, okay. And like at that moment we got to the parking lot of the toy store, and she pulled over and she hugged me and she started to cry, and she was like, yes, it's not really a surprise, but I've asked you a couple of times and you always denied it, and so I believed you. And yeah, basically it went really great. We had a really good talk. I told her all about like the forums I manage and the meetings I've had in Tel Aviv and my script and basically everything. Like when I found out and I've been dealing with it, and seriously we had a really really long conversation in the car in the middle of the parking lot of the toy store. It was kind of funny. I kind of thought she was going to react that good, but like I was surprised at how good she reacted. Like seriously, um, I knew she was going to accept it and everything, but I thought she was going to need some time to get used to it and everything. But no, she like that in that exact moment she started to ask me questions like, did you ever have a girlfriend, and are you involved in the community, do you have any LGBTQ friends, and started to ask me all these questions about it. um, I did only tell her about my sexual identity. I didn't tell her about my gender identity, since I didn't want to like put everything on her at once. Plus, the gender thing is kind of new. I'm still kind of like, yeah, looking into that. She and my other sister pretty much raised me. Um, so for me, it was kind of like coming out to my mom. Like it was a big deal, and apparently it was to her too. Like she was so emotional, and she hugged me and she said like, oh, since I kind of feel like you're my kid, so I kind of feel like my kid is coming out, and I am so happy you chose to tell me, and that you trust me enough and everything. And then we started talking about how my other sister and my father are going to react when I tell them. And she pretty much said she agrees with what I think, that my other sister, she's a person that really cares what other people think. So I pretty much assume that she's going to, oh, okay, sorry, my lip kind of hurts. Oh, by the way, I got the other side of my lip pierced, so I have a vampire now, but it's kind of swollen. That's why I feel like I'm talking weird. I don't know. Um, yeah, so my other sister is um, like she really cares what other people think. Like even when I went to like our wedding and I didn't want to wear a dress, she made a huge deal about it. Like she said, if I'm not gonna wear a dress, I shouldn't come to the wedding. And when I got my piercings or when I cut my hair short, she really makes like a huge deal about every little thing I do. I don't know. Yeah, my sister agreed with me. Like the sister I told, she was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be hard when you tell her. She's not gonna accept it at first. She's gonna have to get used to it, and it's gonna take time. And you have to be ready that she might be kind of upset or might try to convince you that it's not true and everything." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." Uh, and and with my father, I told her like she asked me like, what about dad? Are you going to tell him? And I was like, I told her that I'm kind of scared about that since I know that he's kind of traditional in that sense, like he doesn't really accept the community and everything. So I was kind of afraid of telling him, and she agreed with me there also, but she said he might surprise me. Like she does know that he's not really accepting of the community, but again, he doesn't know I'm a part of it. So maybe if he knows, he will accept me better, and maybe he'll understand why we had a really bad relationship all of these years, and why he's always felt like I'm hiding stuff from him and everything, since it's kind of true. I resent him for what he says about the community, like when he says he hates the community and all those things, and like when I was little, he told me not to go to Pride and all those little things that I really resent him for, and she totally gets it. And then she made me an offer. She offered to help me come out to them, like to my other sister and to my dad. Um, she said if I wanted to, she can either tell them when I'm not there, or she could help me tell them with me being there. So I've been thinking about it the past week, and I don't know. Like on the one hand, I think it might be best to tell them in person, as I hear about people that like write letters on or send text messages or stuff like that, and when they don't tell their family face to face, and then their parents don't take them very seriously and stuff like that. But then again, I'm 19, and I think it might be better to let my sister tell them, and then they'll have some time to get used to it, to the idea, and like they'll have like a week until I get home to think about it, to like yeah, to get themselves prepared for talking with me about it, and then I'll have a sit down with them and ask them if they have questions and stuff like that, and like hear what they think about it. I'd love to hear what you think about it. If you have any suggestions or any thoughts about the subject, like if you think it's better for me to let my sister tell them, or if I should tell them myself. Yeah, another little thing is that my queer collab videos, like the queer union videos, are I've made like a playlist. I'm going to put a link to it down there, of all my queer union videos. Like I have two so far, and my third one is going to be up this Monday, November 15th. So yeah, check those out if you want. And thanks again for watching, and let me know what you think if you want. I would love to hear some comments.